Hello, my beautiful and lovely people of the internet. My name is Mia. Welcome to Mia is Anonymous, the podcast where I talk about feminism and just girly things. I talk about life through a female perspective, the pain, the hardship, the beauty. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, please stick around. I would love to have you here. And today I'm actually going to redo a podcast that I already recorded. I feel like I was too much. So this is my second go around. It's not on my channel, so you're not going to find it. But basically what I'm talking about today is why might somebody not want to be considered a feminist? And I think the answer is clear. There is a negative idea when it comes to a feminist or somebody who proclaims to be a feminist. It's somebody who is a stickler, who is uptight, who is disagreeable, who is a man-hater. They have so much anger and resentment, and they use their feminism to just beat down a sex that doesn't really deserve it. Right? That's what feminism is, right? Somebody who can't take a joke, somebody who doesn't have a good sense of humor, somebody who is just always mean, angry, and just not a pleasure or joy to be around. And I think that's why I may have felt so called to choose feminism in my line of creativity, in my line of work, in my line of discussion, because I want to break that down. Feminism overall is just about empowering women and allowing them to have equal rights and opportunities with men. There's a lot of obviously complex and little issues that are under feminism, but the definition in itself is about wanting and fighting for the equal rights and opportunities for both sexes. Equal footing. Now, obviously, there are a lot of reasons why people turn towards feminism, and I will not lie. There have been boys and men in my life that have had a negative effect on me. And it's because of feminism that I was able to empower myself. I was able to feel strength within myself, especially in a world and society that taught me that I wasn't meant to have strength. It was useless for me to feel strong or to be strong. And I just had to go with whatever the man said, even if the man or the boy was abusive, disrespectful, or demeaning. I just had to take it. And it was feminism that told me, no, I don't actually have to take disrespect. And it's not unbecoming of me to not want to take disrespect. It is not wrong or weird or unnatural for me to want to be my own human being, to want to be dependent from abusive boys and men. It is not weird or gross or unnatural of me to want to be my own person, to want to have my own ideas and beliefs and values that are outside of what I was raised to believe. So I will not lie to you. It was the men and boys in my life, most of them, not all of them, of course not, that were demeaning, were disempowering, were belittling, that inspired me to take this route. Because when you are pushed down, when somebody takes their thumb and pushes you down, you want to find ways to be empowered. And that's very hard as a young girl and young woman. That is very hard. And feminism has allowed me to find a safe space where there are people that go through the same experiences as I have, feel the same ways that I do, and understand why I feel the way that I feel, how it's come to that, what has been the solution, what will be the solution, what has been the problem. Feminism allowed me to explore that and to realize that a lot of the shame and guilt and rage that I was internalizing wasn't so personal after all. And when I discovered feminism, when I discovered And I started learning, and I started growing and evolving and taking my ideas and taking my feelings and finding out there were reasons for all of it. I felt more human. I felt like I was a human. I felt like my own being for the first time in my life. And, I can't speak for all women. We are not a monolith. I cannot speak for all feminists. We are not a monolith. But my feminism did not turn me into hating men. I don't hate men. I understand their value and what they bring to the table. But because of feminism, I understand how valuable women actually are and how much value they do bring to the table, which is usually undermined in society. And now I don't question the value I bring to the table. And now I believe that I do bring value to the table. Whereas before, I just felt like nothing. And I know a lot of young girls and women feel that way. They feel lost in society because society is always telling them how to be, what to be, but it's never good enough. And it's because it's a system not made to make you feel empowered. It's a system that is willing to put you down in every turn. It's never because you're not good enough. It's because the system is feeding off your disempowerment. This has nothing to do with men or me hating men or me feeling uptight or loose or I don't know. What was I saying? Oh, loose actually would be the opposite of uptight. My bad. This isn't about me becoming a hater of men. This isn't about me wanting to destroy all men. This isn't about me wanting revenge or seeking vengeance. This isn't about me trying to be uptight or wound up or making people fit into boxes. This is about safety and protection, both mentally, emotionally, physically. This is about feeling like a human, feeling like my humanity matters. This is about me feeling empowered, feeling what it's like to not be so low all the time. And that has nothing to do with me hating men. That has nothing to do, and it can be something that is accomplished without being so aggressive and angry. I don't hate women or blame women or there's a specific word that I'm looking for, but I can't think about it right now. I don't hate women or disagree with women that are angry, that do feel this need for vengeance or anger, because I understand. There are very cruel things that happen in this world. And I think that women should be able to express themselves no matter if it's agreeable or not, no matter if it's pleasant or not. I think women should have the space to be ugly and get ugly, as long as it's obviously not causing any physical harm to another human being. I think women should be allowed, and girls should be allowed, to express their wide range of emotions. And I don't think feminism needs to be digestible, or we should try to make it digestible. But I do want to remove a stigma, because I feel like there's a lot of women that are more lax like me, more optimistic. They don't hate all men. They don't feel unsafe around all men. Like, there's probably some jerks in their lives, but not enough to make them see that men are trash or all that stuff that goes on the internet. And there's some women that are like, oh, I'm not a feminist. Look, I don't hate men. But that's not what feminism is about. Feminism is about empowering yourself. And I think that's the hardest thing, because the internet has twisted so many things during modern times. Things and definitions are changing. But at the end of the day, and this is my opinion, and it might be an extreme one, I do believe that all women should be feminist, considering that feminism fights for equal rights and opportunities between men and women. And I know people are going to be like, well, we already have that. This already exists. What are we still fighting for? And I guess now it is time to work on more of the social aspects when it comes to equality and the double standards that still exist in society. I also think it's important to still learn about feminism because we're honoring those of the past who fought for the rights that we have today. That's just my opinion. That is just my opinion. Take it or don't. But I think, like, I was afraid to make this podcast because I like being a pleasant person. I like being likable and I like being digestible. But I know this is not a topic that not all people take lightly. And I know this is a topic that will already put like a scarlet letter on my chest or like a big target on my back because it's just, for some reason, one of those polarizing topics. And I think that does scare a lot of people away. You get this stigma of being uptight, of being prissy, of being a man-hater, of being so disagreeable, and just overall killjoy. And it takes away why feminism is so important in the first place. And, like, to those women that are disagreeable, that are raging, that are aggressive, and they use their feminism to be more aggressive. You know what? I see you and I feel you, and I'm not here to undermine you. But I do want as many women as possible to be a part of this cause, to be a part of this movement, to understand it. And we have to start seeing that there's more than one way to be a feminist. There's more than one way to support this cause and to honor it and to respect it and to speak about it. Because it is important. And I don't like the path that we're heading on when it comes to undermining it. I see it a lot on social media, on the internet. Both boys and girls, both men and women, not understanding its value or its importance, blaming it for some of the societal problems that are being caused today. And I'm tired of the lies. And I'm tired of the negativity that is being spread around it because it's the reason why I get to be who I am today. It's the reason I am who I am today. And I hope that you can understand that. And I'm going to leave it here. This is short and sweet. That's how I do it. I like to keep my podcast episodes ranging from the minimum 12 minutes to the maximum 20. I don't want you spending too much time on me. I'm very straightforward, straight to the point, short and sweet. That's just how I like to do it. If you enjoyed this podcast episode, thank you, first of all. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you again soon. I hope to see you again always. And the only way you can do that is by liking and subscribing and sharing with another friend that may enjoy my vibes, may enjoy my feminist vibes. We talk about girlhood here. We talk about womanhood here. We talk about the struggles that come with being it all. And I hope to see you again very, very soon. Bye.